Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, but I thought I would do a video telling you guys some interesting facts that I found out about babies that I thought were interesting. So similar to the pregnancy facts that I thought were really interesting, which I'm gonna link down below. These are interesting facts about babies that I thought would be kind of cool for those of you who are not moms yet but of babies. But anyway, let's get started. First thing first, did you know that babies under 6 months cannot drink water? I definitely didn't know that. I told my parents that and they were like, huh? When you're younger, I also feed you water and you're fine. Honestly, don't think it's like a super well-known fact. The main reason is because water doesn't contain any nutritional values and the baby's stomach is super small. They can only take 1 to 2 teaspoons. So if they fill it with water, they are essentially not getting enough nutrients. They need vitamins, minerals, fats, and calories for growth and development. And another thing is because of this thing called water intoxication, where the baby's kidneys are actually small and not fully developed to be able to process too much water at one time. After they're 6 months old, it is okay to introduce them to water once they start solids, which is right now at Micah's age, I'm starting to put water in like a sippy cup. So at the same time, I'm trying to encourage him to learn how to use a straw. His kidneys are a little bit more developed to be able to process water. And from 1 year onwards, they can drink water as freely as they want. Next, the baby's skull is actually really soft. It's so interesting because sometimes I can actually see Micah's heartbeat through his head. So it's like a diamond shape that will slowly close and fuse as he grows older. Why it's soft to begin with is because these soft bones of the skull are able to be molded for the baby to go through the birth canal. So you will notice, right, some babies when they are born, the shape of the head is like kind of weird, like kind of off, kind of conical. It really depends on how hard the mom was pushing or if they used some sort of apparatus to pull the baby out. But the skull actually goes back to its normal shape after about 24 hours. But at the same time, Micah also went through a period of flat head where he was on his back a lot, so his skull actually became flat at the back. So we were told by our PD to only like turn his head side to side to mold the shape of the head back to how it was, and now it's much better. It just shows how soft the skull is to allow the baby's brain to grow. So as the brain grows, the skull can expand. So yeah. Soft spot is smaller and will close around 3 months old, and the largest spot is at the top front, will close around 18 months old. So the next time you're carrying a baby, just go and notice and also be extremely careful. Like try not to like press it, but actually dent. Baby girls have periods. Do you know? I actually saw pictures like when they showed me the slideshow, I was just like, no way. Baby girls have periods? Yes, so this happens 2 to 10 days after birth and it's caused by the withdrawal of estrogen that they were exposed to when in the womb. And it typically lasts from 1 to 5 days. And it looks like normal human periods, like blood on the diapers. So yeah, I bet you didn't know that. So now you know. Babies can't eat salt under 1 year old. Do you know that? So I also didn't know that until I became a mom. But that's also because the baby's kidneys are still immature, so they aren't able to process salt and filter too much salt efficiently. And too much salt can actually damage their kidneys. Studies have shown that babies fed with a salt-rich diet actually have higher blood pressure in their childhood and adolescence years and can increase their risk of heart disease later in life. So if the baby is less than 6 months old, they can actually get it from formula and breast milk. 7 to 12 months old, they are able to meet their sodium needs through the milk, as well as sodium naturally found in unprocessed complementary foods. Honey is another thing that they can't take below 1 year old. It's actually something that they cannot take because it contains a type of bacteria called Clostridium. I'm sure I'm butchering it, but it causes infant botulism, which is actually a type of food poisoning. It causes muscle weakness with signs like poor sucking, weak cry, constipation, and decreased muscle tone. So it's actually quite dangerous because there are certain foods that actually contain honey that we don't really think about, like our granola. Yeah, so from 1 year old onwards, they can eat honey, but it's recommended to start giving toddlers added sugars from 2 year old onwards. So yeah, gotta be mindful of that. Babies actually go through a period of hair fall. So as I was dropping hair, Micah was also dropping hair and his pillow was full of hair during that period of time as well. And that is because after birth, hormones that promote hair growth actually drop because of the severance of the umbilical cord. In the womb, right, they're kind of like suspended in water. There's no friction. But ever since they are out of the womb, you know, they start sleeping on pillows, they start sleeping on their back, and they are like all hard surfaces. So therefore, they will actually start to drop hair, and you will start to see a lot of different bald spots, which is also why, at least for me lah, the people around me, why they start shaving their babies' heads is because they'll go through a period of like a lot of empty bald spots, which is not the nicest. So they just once and for all shave it all off and let it all grow out, which Micah is in that phase right now. Their hair patches will start to fill once they start rolling over around the 7th month. Babies under 4 months old can't actually see colours. So the first colour that they see is actually red, but increasingly they can only tell apart colours that are high in contrast, like red versus green or grey versus red, which is also why babies start to see flashcards that are high in contrast, or people wear things that have like polka dots, stripes, a lot of like patterns and stuff. They get very drawn to them because all they see is like contrast. They don't actually see colour. Once they turn 4 months old, they will start seeing more and more colours, and the first one is red. So if you want to get the attention of a baby, just wear red. That's actually what May and I used to do. Just to see whether or not, like, who would Micah pay more attention to, you know? Yeah, if you wear more contrasted colours, he actually pays more attention to you. So babies also have poor visual acuity, which means they can only see around 20 feet away, so it's like very short-sighted. So if you are very far from them, they can't see you. An average adult can see 640 feet away, but the baby can only see 20 feet away. So that is like 30 times. Another one is baby love loud noises. It's so interesting because ever since I became a mom, there's this thing called the white noise machine, and I was like, huh? Like, don't babies need absolute silence in order to sleep? But no, the more noisy, the merrier. And that is also because when they are in our womb, it's actually a very, very noisy environment for them, and they're very used to it because of, you know, whenever we eat something, whenever our food is digesting, the water passing through our intestines is extremely loud for them. So the white noise machine actually kind of mimics the loud environment that causes comfort. Babies' first words are usually dada. Some articles say different things, okay? Some articles say that the sound de, is easier to pronounce than m. So therefore they say da first. But some actually says that it's because the baby sees themselves as part of the mom, like see their dad as outside of them. That is why first separation they see from themselves is their father, and therefore they will call dada first. I don't know, I feel like this article is just making us moms feel better. Well, their words not being mama first, but it's okay. I would just take it as that. Alright, so here are some of the interesting facts that I personally found interesting. Let me know if you knew about them already, or maybe it's just me, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys found this video useful and fun. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!